1.
Hi students, today you're going to be learning a new game called Tic Frac Toe, and in this game you're going to be working on multiplying fractions by fractions and putting on the record sheet whether or not your product is greater than 1 or less than 1. So you'll see on the top of your record sheet it tells you that the goal of this game is to get 4 in a row, either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. So each player you're gonna have one record sheet and 2 different colors, one for each player. You will also need a deck of number cards with the zeros removed. You and your partner can decide whether or not you would like to keep the wild cards in. So the way it works is both players will be dealt 4 cards. So if player 1 gets 4 cards, they get to choose 2 fractions to make with those cards to multiply together. So you might need to use some mental math to try and figure out whether or not, depending on how you set up your fractions, if it's going to be less than 1 or greater than 1. If you need to solve the problem first on a scratch piece of paper, that's fine. So let's say I get 10, 6, 9, and 10 as my 4 cards. I can choose to put them in any fraction that I want. So I can choose 10 over 10 or 9 over 6 or 6 over 9, whatever you would like to do. So if I set it up like this, I'm going to take my marker, and in my head, I know that if I have 10 tenths times 6 ninths, well, I know 10 over 10 is the same thing as 1 whole, so it turns into 1 times 6 ninths, which is then 6 ninths, which is less than 1. So I'm going to pick any square that I want where it says P is less than 1, and I'm going to write down what I did. So 10 tenths times 6 ninths is 6 ninths. Okay, player 2 is going to have their 4 cards, and you can each have your 4 cards at the same time and be solving your problems together. Just make sure you're checking your partner's work to make sure they did it correctly. So player 2, they got a wild card, a 2, an 8, and a 9. So if I just keep them how they are, so I can choose any number for the wild card, and I'll just choose 1. So if I make it 1 half times 8 ninths, I know 1 times 8 is 8, and 9 times 2 is 18. So I have 8 eighteenths, which is less than 1. So I'm going to find a square on my record sheet where I can put it for P, which is the product, is less than 1. So I might choose this place right here. 1 half times 8 ninths equals 8 eighteenths. So the game will continue with each player getting 4 cards, and you just keep finding different fractions to multiply together. So the next one, you can choose any way to create fractions with those 4 cards and then put them in the right place. Again, the first person to get 4 in a row wins the game. Have fun.